This is going to be another 3D Builder version demo of building a little mount for this Firefly thingy here. And I think I'm going to do it a little better. This one's got a little, I didn't put a front panel in here. Basically, this has got a little AA battery thing that sits in the back in another hole, just like this one. And we screw it on the top. And we'll see how long it takes us to make this. And if it takes too long, I'll fake it. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this thing, we're going to create a base. And we're going to make the base at 28. Okay, so this is going to be the base of what we're doing, right? And then what we need to do is we need to create, what I want to do is I want to create some hollowed out spot for the battery compartment, and then we'll do a filler pedal on the front. And because I don't need the thing to be solid, that would be dumb. And so we look at this, and I know for a fact, in this case, what I would actually like is 3.5 millimeter walls around this. And so 3.5 times 2 is 7, which means I'm going to create a box that's 82 by 21 by 40. And I actually need 2 of these, one for the front and one for the back, the way I'm going to do this. So we're going to create a new box that is 82 by 21. Now let's make it 40 by 20 by 21. And did I do that right? Let's see. Let's pull it forward. Nope, that put it in the wrong direction. Let's pull it forward. Oh yeah. Is that right? All right, let's put it up here. All right, and I'm just kind of swagging this thing here, right? So if we put it in X-ray mode, we can see where the box is, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this to hollow out. So let's create 2 of these, and we'll drag this one. So this one is sitting at 0, 0. This one's at 0, 0, 20, and this one should be at something else like that. Okay, so let's go here, and we're going to look at it there, and I don't see it coming out the front. So let's just drag it out the front. I see where it, anyway, we want to, let's say 25. 26.5. There we go. And you can see it's just popping out the front a little bit there. And so in this case, let's make it 26. Nope, we're going to make it 25.5. No, we're going to make it 25. That looks pretty good. I feel like that's off a little still. Let's turn off X-ray. Oh, that helps. Let's do... that looks pretty good. So let's, you know what, let's just try it real quick, right? We're going to do edit, subtract. Oh, that looks pretty good. And we're going to do this one here, and we're going to do edit, subtract, and boom. Now we got 2 hollow compartments. That's pretty cool. And that took 3 minutes, and that's really disappointing. And so now what we need to do is add the screw top to this and then drill a hole in the roof of this so that, you know what, let's just do this. So we're going to insert, add this guy. All right, and we're going to say, yeah, that's what we want to import that model, and it's sticking out the bottom, and that's not too useful. Oh, that's because this whole thing's sitting off an offset here. Huh. All right, well, let's make this guy 0. There we go. Nope, we meant to make it 14. Sorry. There we go. So now it's sitting on the ground, and now we can pick this one, and we're going to move it up. And we got to decide how high we want it. So this thing is actually 16 high, and it's currently sitting at 33. I don't know what that means, so let's just drag it up just a little to see what that looks like. Oh. So now I'm going to do an X-ray thing just to make sure it looks right. Yeah, it looks pretty good. You know what? That's because this guy is 14 high, and this one is 36 high, so that'd be 40. And I'm sorry, looking at the wrong dimensions. This thing's 16 high, and this one is 28, which would be 16 and 28 is 30, 44. I don't know what I'm talking about. So let's just go back and we'll look at this. I think this looks pretty good. Okay, so now the only thing that's left is we need a hole. We're going to screw the bottle into this thing in the top. And so the plan here is to put the little battery, AA battery pack in here and run a cable in. So this thing, I'm pretty sure is 60 wide. So let's just measure real quick. I think we can do like the outside of this thing is 80. Yeah, 75 wide is the jar thing. So let's just make a, we're going to drill a hole in this, and the easiest way to do that is to create a cylinder. And we're going to make this cylinder be 60 by 60 by 30, 20. 20? Why not? Okay. And so what we can see here, now all we got, you know what, we can make this thing really big, 80, right? No, that's too big because I can't manipulate it on the demo. Okay, so now we're going to just move this thing. You know what, that's confusing. Let's just make it 40 so I can play with it. So let's, what I can do is I can drag this thing up, right? So the question, so what we did, if we turn off X-ray again, is we can see here, hopefully, right, that this has got a little gap around the outside. That's where the lip of the bottle will sit. And then the only question is, how much gap do we want in here? So we could pull this all the way to the floor, right? And that would cause, but I really don't like that. It makes this whole thing, I guess it might work. So I've typically done it kind of like this. And the reason is that way the battery pack has a back wall to lean against. And so that's why I didn't go all the way down. Although actually, if we did it, you can see we'd still have these green spots on the side. So it's really up to you how you want to do it. I pretend that I'm doing it because I want it to be structurally more sane. And so in this case, I would do an edit and do a subtract. And so now you can see we've got wiring can go back and forth through here. We've got 2 battery compartments, and boom, baby, we actually have the one that I did as a demo. Now, I would like to do a little faceplate for the front of this. So in this case, I'm going to do a cube again, and in this case, we're going to make it 87. Nope, you know what? That's what happens when you're in placement mode instead of size. We're going to do 87, and we're going to make this thing too deep. And that means I did the wrong thing. Did I do the wrong thing? Nope, I wanted it to be really thin, and we're going to make the height of this thing be 26. Okay, and so now if we turn to the side, we can see we've actually got this plate. And what's the problem with this plate? The where it is, we need to move it. So let's turn to the side here, and we can see that we really, you know what, let's do X-ray mode again. We can see that we really want to drag this plate down. Right, we'd really like it to be kind of in the middle of the base and the middle of the top part, right? And then we're going to drag it all the way over here. And the reason I did this, well, actually, we can go to the other way if you don't like negative numbers. So let's just go over here. The reason I did that, you can see the space here, right? So if we want, we can actually emboss this. Yeah, so let's make this 40, 40, right? Okay, so we got this little plate here, and this is done, right? So if you look at the back, battery pack will go here. We have this little plate in the front to block the light. The last thing we could do, if we wanted, is we could emboss, and we could say this, we'll drag this thing up. And we can type something like this. Oh, it's up here. And we can say this rocks, and we can look at it and we go, yeah, that looks pretty good. That's about right. Actually, I could say Joe rocks, but you know what? Let's not get all egotistical about it. Okay, so you can see this here. I don't know what this thing in the back is actually. like why it does that. So let's do an emboss. There you go. And that's it. And now if we 3D print this, we'll get all of this. And that's it in 10 minutes. Bye.